Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a judge ruled that a man facing felony charges in connection with an incident in Smithfield earlier this week will be held on $10,000 cash bail. Our AJ Douglas has the details.
Friday in Skowhegan District Court, 33-year-old Cy Perry made his initial court appearance for felony charges of aggravated assault and criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon after police reportedly responded to Quaker Lane in Smithfield August 9th when an unidentified individual alleged they were assaulted. Police say Perry was believed to be armed and barricaded himself inside the residence. Perry was arrested hours later.
Sir, is that true? You've had a chance to speak with Attorney Rutledge this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
And were you also shown a video that explained all of your rights this afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
Perry will be held on a $10,000 cash bond. The state listed Perry's bail conditions.
State's recommending not to use or possess dangerous weapons or firearms, subject to random search and testing, and no contact with the named victim, not to return to her residence, place of employment, place of education.
Moving forward, Perry will be assigned a court-appointed lawyer. Perry is expected back in court October 25th. In Skowhegan, I'm AJ Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A Hancock County grand jury has indicted a third person in connection with a fiery crash that killed 4 Maine Maritime Academy students in December. 21-year-old Noel Tavares of North Falmouth, Massachusetts was indicted of manslaughter, 4 counts of aggravated criminal OUI, 2 counts of reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon, as well as driving to endanger, and 1 count of criminal speeding. Tavares was a passenger in the vehicle that caught fire after hitting a tree. Police believe the vehicle was traveling at more than 100 miles an hour when it crashed on Route 166 in Castine. Also, a man that was the subject of a search by Maine State Police was indicted. 42-year-old David Michaud of Lee had multiple warrants for alleged crimes in Hancock and Penobscot counties. Michaud was indicted on a variety of charges, including 2 counts of burglary, 2 counts of theft, and 3 counts of aggravated criminal mischief. And the grand jury also indicted a Stonington man accused of setting his home on fire. 33-year-old George St. Amand was indicted for arson and violation of conditions of release. According to court records, his mother told investigators he had allegedly broken windows out of the house because of mental health issues. U.S. Marshals arrested a Texas man in Maine for allegedly transporting illegal immigrants. According to the Justice Department, 30-year-old Elliot Cordero Philo was wanted in Texas on federal charges for conspiracy to transport illegal aliens and the transportation of illegal aliens. U.S. Marshals investigators determined Philo had fled and was currently in Maine. On Monday, U.S. Marshals located and arrested Philo in Brunswick. The Justice Department says he was arraigned in Maine and is pending his extradition back to Texas. Well, the Wentworth Event Center in Belfast was destroyed in a fire nearly 2 weeks ago, and at least one organization affected by that fire is pressing on. In addition to being a venue for weddings, outdoor events, and other celebrations, the building was also a site for the public transportation services provided by Waldo Community Action Partners, a nonprofit that assists low-income individuals. Thankfully, none of the organization's vehicles were damaged in the fire, and despite the setback, representatives say their services will continue thanks to a collaborative effort.
We were able to rally key staff, administrative staff, our local partners that work with our IT support systems, pulled about every local available space we had here in our building, tucked people in, set them up with workstations, and people didn't skip a beat and continued to deliver services.
Waldo Cap receives about 15,000 calls per month, and Kelly says they are confident in their ability to continue serving the community. $272,000 from the Environmental Protection Agency is coming to Maine, and the money will be used to support water quality monitoring at beaches. It's part of a nationwide program to protect public health. The grant will ensure that beachgoers know where coastal waters are safe for swimming and recreation. When bacteria levels are too high for safe swimming, state, tribal, and local partners notify the public and post beach warnings or closings. In a joint statement, all the members of Maine Maine's congressional delegation said, quote, with 3,500 miles of iconic and pristine coastline, Maine is a haven for beachgoers, especially during the summer season that draws crowds from across the country. It's critical our beaches and waters are safe, end quote. In other news tonight, Bangor City Councilors unanimously approved the allocation of $500,000 in pandemic relief funds to build new health clinics inside 2 of the city's grade schools. Our Matthew Jurancic has the story.
Councilor Sprague? Yes. Councilor Davitt?
Yes.
Councilor Hawes?
Yes.
Councilor Schaefer?
Yes.
Councilor Leonard?
Yes.
Councilor Pelletier?
Yes.
Funding from the city of Bangor will allow Penobscot Community Healthcare to build out clinics at the Dowdy and Cohen middle schools. This comes after the opening of a mental health clinic at Bangor High School in February last year. They hope the health centers will allow them to provide better mental health services for students.
Post-pandemic, we've seen a dramatic increase in demand for mental health services, but also the support, the way that medical health or physical health can be impacted.
According to Bangor Superintendent James Tager, 50 Bangor students sat on a mental health wait list to receive care last year.
We are hearing overwhelmingly from faculty, from teachers, from counselors in the school that students are really needing support, and that has increased since the pandemic.
Bangor City Manager Debbie Laurie mentioned in Monday's meeting that the operational cost for these health clinics will not affect Bangor schools. The money would come from the revenue of the high school clinic. Laurie hopes for the middle school clinics to be up and running by the fall of 2024. Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and get a peek outside and a first check of our forecast.
Hey, Beth, thank you. Happy Friday. Your first weather is brought to you by Driveway Maintenance Paving. And okay, today, a couple showers out there, some clouds, but temperatures, okay. The average high being around 78. We did not quite get there today, but hold on. Tomorrow is going to be warmer. We're going to have our high temperatures tomorrow back up in the low 80s. All right, so we're finally getting rid of the cloud cover out there now after a couple showers today. Nothing heavy, but they were a bit annoying for a while, right? This gets out of here tonight. Then tomorrow, a very nice day, but our next weather system gets in here. Not so much tomorrow, but late tomorrow night into early parts of Sunday. Another soaking rainfall is on the way for us for Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon. Our forecast, though, tonight, though, is mostly clear skies to partly cloudy skies with low temperatures hanging out near 60. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Nothing like a calm, cool overnight. Thanks so much, Jeff. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. We were live on the road in Milo earlier today, and we'll learn about the town's history and much more after the break.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Hey, excuse me. Could you tell me how to get to Down East Toyota?
That's easy. All roads lead to Down East. If your current ride is not up to par, swing by Down East. Drive off on a new Tacoma or a Highlander with financing as low as 3.99% APR for 48 months. Get a grip on your fuel bills with one of Toyota's electrified vehicles. See the latest inventory at downeasttoyota.com.
Pretty nice.
Thanks.
I was talking about your truck.
All roads lead to Down East on Wilson Street in Brewer.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
just are showing out. Swing and a drive! Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
This is gonna be hell on earth.
Let's go! Move, move, move!
Welcome to reality.
Why are you here?
I want to get punished.
Fight! This is not a game show.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test. Season premiere Monday, September 25th on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. Earlier this evening, we had the pleasure of spending our On the Road show in Milo, and as we learned, tradition is a common thread that makes Milo what it is. Through historic battles fought in the Civil War to maintaining the heartbeat of the town. Our Doug Banks took a closer look into the history of Milo.
This year is Milo's bicentennial. For many, it's a time for reflection, and what they have to look back on is filled with pride, tragedy, and honor when the cause was great.
And a member of the color guard was Sergeant William T. Livermore, a 22-year-old farmer from Milo.
Milo's history with war is full of patriotism and sacrifice. 3 bridges in Milo are dedicated to 3 Vietnam soldiers who never made it back home. 2 businesses became the backbone of the town in the late 19th century. The Bangor-Aroostook Railroad and the American Thread Company allowed Milo to grow. Ron Knowles, now the creator of the Milo Veterans Memorial, was once a worker for the Bangor and Aroostook Railroad.
Just 2 miles away was a little village known then as Derby, which is now also a part of Milo.
The American Thread Company helped populate the region, bringing in people in hopes of a reliable job. Today the building is a hardware store, with the land becoming a solar panel field.
Wicked change. They've lost a lot of businesses. For some reason, I don't know that it'll ever come back the way it was.
In 2008, an arson fire left Main Street devastated. But thanks to a strong sense of community and the common thread of standing together, the town continues the process of revitalization. Through it all, Milo shows its resilience, not through the glitz and glamour, but how they represent the ones who made the town what it is today.
It kind of makes me wonder how 50 years from now, when they have the next anniversary, how they're going to picture how everything has changed from what it is today to what it will be then.
In Milo, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, after many years of debate on where to locate it, the Civil War Memorial in Evergreen Cemetery has finally found its permanent home there. Town residents say history is an important piece of what makes up Milo today. They say it's only fitting a memorial that honors the ones who served our country is a prominent fixture. The Civil War Memorial and the entire Veterans Memorial is the creation of Milo resident Ron Knowles.
I oftentimes wonder, had the war gone the other way, how things would have been different. But nonetheless, it was the Civil War that determined where we would be today.
Throughout the year, Milo has recognized and celebrated many different parts of the town. This month is devoted to the rededication of the Veterans Memorial. Ceremony will take place tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Evergreen Cemetery on Park Street. A Civil War encampment by the 20th Maine Volunteer Infantry Company Reenactment Group will be set all weekend. Definitely going to be something to see there. Well, a well-known children's book has strong ties to the town of Milo as well. Elizabeth George Spear wrote The Sign of the Beaver back in the 1970s. The story is set in the wilderness of Maine back in the 1700s, and it's inspired by a family who relocated from Massachusetts to build a new home on Schoodic Lake. This plot follows 13-year-old Matt, who is left alone to guard his family's cabin when he encounters a Native American boy who teaches him valuable survival lessons.
The story really is about 2 cultures. The boys were about the same age, 14, 15 years old. The Native American boy didn't have a great opinion of white people because of things that had happened in his past, but they helped each other.
The book placed second for the Newbery Award, which recognizes the most distinguished contributions to children's literature. Today, a wooden beaver sits by the dam downtown in recognition of that classic book. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the death toll from the wildfires in Hawaii has risen, and there are widespread fears it will continue to climb. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Moosehead Medicine, Greenville's favorite dispensary. Our knowledgeable staff will guide you on your journey to find the perfect remedy specifically for you. From pain relief to relaxation, Moosehead Medicine has what you need to improve your well-being. Stop by Moosehead Medicine today and discover the power of nature's healing.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease an Elantra for $229 a month or get 3.29% APR for 48 months or $500 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Moosehead Medicine, Greenville's favorite dispensary. Our knowledgeable staff will guide you on your journey to find the perfect remedy specifically for you. From pain relief to relaxation, Moosehead Medicine has what you need to improve your well-being. Stop by Moosehead Medicine today and discover the power of nature's healing.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Debate tonight over President Biden's potential prisoner swap that would exchange 5 imprisoned Americans for Tehran, gaining access to $6 billion in Iranian oil revenue. Fox's Caroline Shively reports.
5 Americans imprisoned in Iran are set to be freed as soon as next month, in a deal that releases some jailed Iranians and gives Tehran access to $6 billion in frozen assets. The Biden administration worked out the complex deal that would take oil money owed to Iran by South Korea that is yet to be paid out since the Trump administration imposed sanctions on Iran in 2019. Under this new deal, that money would only be used for humanitarian aid.
The regime won't get a dime of this. It's all designed for food, medicine, medical equipment for the Iranian people.
Former Vice President Mike Pence says Tehran won't be limited to using the money only for humanitarian purposes.
Iran's made it clear that despite the pronouncements of the Biden administration, they intend to use those resources for whatever they want. We know what Iran uses resources for. It's to support malign influences across the region, to further support terrorism around the world.
Other Republicans say the deal could create future problems.
We want to see hostages freed, but this is not the way to do it because you're just going to encourage the taking of more hostages.
The Biden administration has been tight-lipped on other details, pointing out the deal's not done and those 5 Americans aren't home yet. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
In a hearing today, a federal judge ruled a protective order in the election interference case against former President Trump will only apply to sensitive materials, not all evidence. It comes one day after the special counsel asked the judge to begin the trial less than 2 weeks before the first presidential contests. We return to Fox's Caroline Shively for more from Washington.
Federal judge overseeing Donald Trump's trial in Washington is warning the former president and his lawyers to keep politics out of the courtroom. On Friday, U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan said, quote, "The fact that he's running a political campaign has to yield to the orderly administration of justice. If that means he can't say exactly what he wants to say about witnesses in this case, that's how it has to be."
As we all know, the president likes to comment publicly on these cases. As we all know, he often goes close to the line. Sometimes some would say over the line in what he should be saying.
In addition to 2 other cases, Trump faces 4 federal felony counts in D.C. related to his attempts to reverse the results of the 2020 election and his role in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. On Friday, Judge Chutkan rejected prosecutors' request for a full protective order that would have limited sharing of all evidence in the case, but she gave the government leeway to define what materials were sensitive and subject to greater restrictions.
The limitations that she's imposing here, I think, it's mostly, I think, agreeing what the Trump team wants them. She is causing a fight over the definition of what will be sensitive.
Prosecutors want to start the trial on January 2nd, less than 2 weeks before the Iowa caucuses. Trump also faces a New York state trial in March and another federal trial set for May. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News. In other news tonight, Attorney General Merrick Garland has appointed a new special counsel to the Hunter Biden investigation. We have more on that from Fox's Lauren Blanchard.
Attorney General Merrick Garland has appointed another special counsel, this time to investigate the president's son, Hunter Biden.
I am committed to making as much of his report public as possible, consistent with legal requirements and department policy.
There are now 3 special counsels ongoing. Robert Hur is investigating President Biden's handling of classified documents. Jack Smith is looking into former President Trump's handling of classified documents and election interference. And now, David Weiss is continuing his investigation into Hunter Biden. The announcement Friday made it clear he will be responsible for any other matters that arose or may arise from that investigation. But not all Republicans are pleased.
This was a political decision, not a legal decision. They're trying to put out a fire, and they just poured gasoline on it.
Despite Weiss being appointed the U.S. Attorney for Delaware by former President Trump, some have criticized him for being involved in what they call a sweetheart plea deal for Hunter on tax and gun charges. Friday, the Justice Department dropped that deal in Delaware.
Merrick Garland's appointing the very U.S. attorney who was involved in that deal as special counsel. Obviously, that's going to raise concerns for people.
The White House says they were not informed before the official announcement was made. Congress has requested Weiss testify before lawmakers, but so far, no date has been set. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Switching gears now, as the Hollywood double strikes continue, the economic impact has already exceeded the last writers' strike, affecting businesses both in and outside the entertainment industry. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
The impact of Hollywood's double strike on California's economy is estimated in the billions.
The writer's strike, which is now over 100 days, and the Screen Actors Guild strike, which is several weeks already, has probably cost the state upwards of $3 billion in terms of lost revenue and jobs and businesses affected by it. And that's already more than what the strike was effect in 2007.
Businesses are affected within and outside the entertainment industry.
Not just the ancillary businesses that studios and producers do business with, the makeup artists, the catering, the set design people, the road crews, the Teamsters, but there's the restaurants, there's the event planners.
The impact also stretches beyond Hollywood.
Georgia is a huge state for movies and TV shows to shoot in, as is Louisiana, as is New Mexico, even in Canada.
Efforts to help those out of work as all while wait for a resolution, include funds like the SAG-AFTRA Foundation.
A lot of, actors who are very well known and successful and have the resources have contributed to funds. Drew Carey does this thing at a diner near where I work, where he's been buying lunch for writers. For these people who are already in the struggle to make it and succeed and get work, to have no opportunities is really hard. And that's why I just think it's incumbent on both sides to really try to get this thing done as soon as possible.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And from the most recent update, the death toll from the wildfires in Hawaii has now risen to 67. There are fears that number could increase dramatically. Fox's William Lajeunesse has the latest from Maui.
The smoke was so black and so thick, we were worried about getting killed.
Blackout smoke, couldn't see.
Captain Lydia Lindermans watched Lahaina Harbor and the boats inside go up in flames.
None of the boats made it out of the harbor.
Pretty sure the harbor is up in flames.
She was aboard her own sailboat when forced to abandon ship.
The Coast Guard saying there was over 100 people in the water.
One of those was Gary Savage.
There was no real route to go north or south or towards the mountains. The only escape once the thing swooped in was to get in the water.
Savage jumped into the harbor with others as flames and smoke raced overhead. After 8 hours on a shallow reef, they were rescued. Others were not.
People are found in houses in a huddle, holding each other because the fire surrounded their homes before they could even get out. Nobody had warning.
Questions are being raised why officials did not use the tsunami siren to warn residents when high winds began toppling power poles.
There were no alerts. There was no emergency sounds. They did not sound off the tsunami warnings. We do that every month on the first of the month.
Thursday, officials moved 15,000 tourists off the island to make room for displaced residents. And cadaver dogs arrived from the mainland to determine how many of the 1,000 still unaccounted for can be found.
People lost everything: homes, jobs, their cars, some their pets. There's still people missing.
And because so many volunteered to help, there actually created a shortage on things like Pampers and toiletries and bottled water in some of the stores, so the governor imposed a price freeze on all goods and services on Maui until the end of the month. In Maui, William Lajeunesse, Fox News.
And as most of us can only watch in dismay at what is happening there, a pastor from Maine is in Hawaii describing the scene of devastation and stories from survivors of those wildfires. Matt Brunk moved to Maui from Maine in 2020 to work as a pastor. He says his members are reaching out to survivors and seeing what they need. Many of those survivors are sharing their experiences.
There are several people sharing stories now where they waited in the water for 7 hours at least, waiting to be rescued, dealing with the fires. Even today, I'm hearing some of these stories where people are saying that they waited with others and not always did the other person survive. I met with our people, many of our people last night for a time of prayer in a park, just kind of regrouping, understanding where everybody's at, and everybody's just mobilizing wherever they can to help. Many are at the shelter, volunteering their time. Some are with their family members, trying to understand where relatives are.
He says there are concerns that hundreds may have died. It's not clear what caused the fires, but strong winds spread them very quickly. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Nutrition Service announced that a dozen school districts in Maine were awarded grant funding to get students healthier meals. Our A.J. Douglas will have that story. And Cooper Flagg has announced his reclassification to the class of 2024, what this means for his career going forward. We'll be right back.
Lego Masters is back.
It's sink or swim.
Please float, please float, please float.
We got a minifig down.
Lego Masters season premiere, Thursday, September 28th on Fox.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or VZ location.
Whether you need a driveway paved or an entire road covered, expect the best from Eaton. Eaton Paving and Excavation. Looking to install a septic system or leach field? Expect the best from Eaton. Need to shore up some shoreland? Expect the best from Eaton. Eaton Paving and Excavation has been delivering the best results for our customers for more than 2 decades. Call today for your free estimate. Expect the best from Eaton Paving and Excavation. Call 348-5630 or visit our website today at eatonpaving.com.
Looking to buy or sell your home in eastern and central Maine? Look no further than Melissa Bartlett of Better Homes and Gardens Masiello Group. With more than 25 years of experience in the industry, multi-millions in sales, and 5-star recommendations, Melissa knows the ins and outs of the market, making your real estate journey seamless. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, Melissa's expertise will guide you every step of the way. Your journey to a new home starts here with your Maine move and Melissa Bartlett. Call today and let her experience be your advantage.
The Chicks World Tour 2023. The Chicks, live in concert in Bangor. Get ready for a night you'll never forget. The biggest selling U.S. female band of all time. The Chicks, bringing all the hits to you live this summer. Maine Savings Amphitheater, August 13th, with special guest Wild Rivers. Get tickets now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
Recently, the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Nutrition Service announced that a dozen school districts in Maine were awarded grant funding as part of the Healthy Meals Incentives Initiative. Our A.J. Douglas went to Hamden to see what they plan to dish out with the help of that additional funding.
Oftentimes, people think of school meals as not something they really are that are appealing, but ours are fantastic.
RSU 22 was recently awarded roughly $148,000 as a part of the USDA's Healthy Meals Incentive Initiative. The district's school nutrition director, Kathy Kittredge, says the grant allows the school to accomplish core goals in a shorter time period, like serving more meals made from scratch.
The grant will help fund some additional staffing hours, training, equipment.
Michelle Diamario is a chef that has been working within RSU 22 for the past year. Diamario says the district aims to open kids up to a new experience with each plate.
Just different cultures of food, Lebanese food, Hawaiian food, things that they don't normally see on a regular basis.
The district receives fresh flounder, monk, and hake thanks to the Fishermen Feeding Mainers program, which allows school cooks to incorporate fish from the Gulf of Maine. Maine Farm to School Network complements the school's Farm to School initiative by supplying produce, beef, and chicken. Kittredge talks about the importance of introducing children to healthier options early.
Learning and developing their eating patterns, and we can help them to do that. It's so much more delicious to eat from scratch.
Grant funding will be used within a 2-year period. Parents are welcome to visit the district's website closer to the start of the school year to view a menu. In Hamden, I'm A.J. Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And as teachers and students go back to school, concerns are rising about air conditioning issues. The Polk Education Association filed a class action grievance against the school board. This comes after air conditioning issues and outages. They say that the district had all summer to fix the problems. The PEA said that they should have had a backup plan.
We have not seen it to this magnitude, but knowing that we've had, a hotter summer, that they should have been stockpiling a lot of these parts. It is unacceptable to have children come into a building that they cannot learn in, and teachers can't work in.
Going forward, the PEA is asking that the air conditioning units be set to at least 68 degrees. Looking a bit to our south, a new autism center in Florida opened their doors Thursday. Hope Bridge is one of the largest therapy providers in the country, with centers popping up in 11 states. Fox's Justin Matthews has more on that story.
3, 2, 1.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony at Hope Bridge Autism Therapy Center in Northport, a center dedicated to applied behavioral analysis, or ABA therapy, for kids 18 months to 10 years old with autism.
We do that one-on-one therapy, and we'll do like a full-time or a part-time schedule throughout the week, so it really helps kind of get kids build those skills.
Hope Bridge is now in 11 states, and Northport Center marks the 11th location in the state of Florida. A resource for families that's very needed, with Northport being one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. The CDC says 1 in 36 children in our country are diagnosed with autism. That's up from 1 in 54 back in 2020. Experts say this center helps families get on the right path right after a diagnosis.
And as a family or a parent or a caregiver, you're like, what are my next steps, right? Like, where do we go from here? So that's where Hope Bridge kind of steps in to partner with those families.
Parents say without a center like this nearby, they have to drive a lot for their kids to get the help they need.
We're also getting therapy at the house for ABA, but just to have a clinic base, I think, would really almost be better sometimes, because working with a schedule that's set and also knowing you're coming here, they have all the things you need.
Now this is a quick drive away for families in southern Sarasota County.
It means so much. ABA has helped out Will so much, has helped out our family just to advocate for himself, not to just get labeled as, you know, a kid with problems, like when we kind of struggled with that in different situations, and just to have something close by that he could go to often.
Alrighty, well, Jeff Weller is coming up next with our full 5-day forecast. You don't want to miss it. Keep it right here.
Mostly 70s out there today, very comfortable, but tomorrow low 80s are back in the forecast, but then some more clouds and some more rain. I know. Details for you when I come back.
I know this looks like a summer blockbuster, but this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on road.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
Who likes to drink good coffee? At Carabassa Coffee Company, we roast premium quality coffee beans from all over the world. Roasted to perfection in small batches, our coffee is always fresh. We offer a large selection, including our specialty blends, organics, single origins, decaf, and flavor. Whether you like light, medium, or dark roasts, we have coffee to suit every taste. We offer flat rate shipping for online orders, and we ship fast. Carabassa Coffee Company. Drink good coffee.
Your roof is your first line of defense against the elements. Ensure it's always at peak performance with Peak Performance Roofing. With more than 20 years of experience in the roofing industry, our professionals provide quality craftsmanship and expertise that you can rely on. We are fully insured and stand behind our work. You can trust us to get the job done right the first time. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Peak Performance Roofing today to schedule your free estimate. 416-8301. Peak Performance Roofing. Your roof is our priority.
I know this looks like a summer blockbuster, but this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on road.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
It's an out-of-this-world celebrity competition.
Oh, God.
Stars on Mars, Mondays at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Varney Ford, the nice car and truck people. And let's start here. So we've had some rain recently, and of course that's boosting up the mold spores. Mold in the high category right now. Grass is not too far behind. So overall, if you're sniffling and sneezing, your allergens could be a reason why, with the mold spores very high across the area right now. All right, so temperatures today almost did what they're supposed to do. The average high being upper 70s. We got close to that today, but tomorrow, hold on, warmer low 80s are back in the forecast for tomorrow before some changes tomorrow night into early parts of Sunday. We've confined the really hot stuff now to parts of Texas and Oklahoma. Remember last week it kind of expanded across the U.S.? That's not the case anymore. It's very comfortable for much of the country currently, but except for Texas, Oklahoma. We do have some more 80s in our forecast, though, beginning tomorrow. So the dog days of summer are here. Here we are, right? Friday night. It's mid-August. Temperatures should be near 80. We'll likely do that tomorrow and get close to it on Sunday before some changes on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, our favorite advisory is posted for tomorrow as well. A beach hazard statement out there. Basically, with temperatures near 80, the water temperatures are still incredibly cool, with temperatures there in the 50s. So you can get hypothermia very quickly if you're in 50-degree water for any amount of time, longer than, say, 10 minutes or so. All right, outside today, looking at lots of cloud cover, a couple of showers out there. Not really a big deal, but they were out there, right? But this is all going that way. See you later. Behind it, a very nice day for many hours tomorrow before that system gets in here later on tomorrow night and throughout the day on Sunday. And if you look closely, back behind that one, there's another one. So overall, we're back in this wet pattern or so. Every couple days or so, we get a couple of showers around, and our next one gets in here late tomorrow night, but more so early Sunday into Sunday afternoon. Let's walk you through it tonight. No issues at all. A gorgeous mid-August evening, right? But then increasing clouds tomorrow morning. Here's 10:30 or so. It will not be raining tomorrow morning, but by late tomorrow night, here's 9 o'clock. Still no rain yet. Lots of clouds around. The rain will get in here after midnight tomorrow night, and look for some heavy downpours early Sunday into Sunday afternoon. Then we'll get a break in the action for Monday before we get some more rain in here on Tuesday. So I know a broken record, right? This summer has been very wet around here. Rainfall looks like this. So a soaking maybe half-inch of rainfall on the way between, say, tomorrow evening and Sunday afternoon, and then more rain in the forecast, of course, after this time period. Our forecast tonight, though, is looking at mostly clear skies. Some dense fog is likely out there. Low temperatures hanging out upper 50s, low 60s with a west wind around 5. For tomorrow, all right, increasing clouds all day long. High temperatures near 81. A rogue sprinkle cannot be ruled out tomorrow with a southwest breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows rain showers late tomorrow night, but more so on Sunday. Some thunder in there as well, 77 cooler. Monday back up in there 80 again. Lots of sunshine. Tuesday, our next chance for rain. That will linger into early parts of Wednesday morning. Beth?
Alrighty, Jeff, thanks so much. Well, we've got sports coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Lease a new 2023 EV6 Wind for $399 a month.
Sunny's Par 3 and Driving Range, located in Winterport, is the perfect place to practice all aspects of your golf techniques. Owned and operated by professional golf instructor Sonny Reynolds, this Par 3 course will suit anyone's game. Sunny's features a Par 3 golf course, a driving range, and golf lessons are available too. It's easy to see why Sunny's Par 3 and Driving Range is the best kept secret in Winterport. We look forward to seeing you this season at Sunny's Par 3 and Driving Range.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Puffer's Place, and Computer Doctor of Maine want to send you to see Train live in concert with special guest Better Than Ezra, Friday, August 18th at the Maine Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Puffer's Place, just 5 minutes from Dexter, with a great selection of pipes, t-shirts, herbs, incense, CBD, and more. And Computer Doctor, 11 Bangor Mall Boulevard. Macs, PCs, iPhone sales and service. We actually fix things. Win tickets to see Train, August 18th on the Bangor waterfront.
Lease a new 2023 EV6 Wind for $399 a month.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary, providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at the most affordable prices.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. We start with some big news on the hardwood with huge implications. Current Montford Academy hoop star and former Tacoma State champ Cooper Flagg announced Friday he will be switching classes. Flagg posted on his Instagram page that he will be reclassifying from the high school class of 25 to 24, meaning one of the top recruits in the nation, regardless of class, will now be graduating a year earlier. This creates a path for him to start college ball or whichever he chooses next fall, which would make him eligible for selection in the 2025 NBA draft, where he's already being touted as a potential top pick. Flagg is coming off a summer which included him winning the MVP award at the Nike Peach Jam amid Maine United's second-place finish. Now let's head up to Orono. Field hockey at Maine has won 2 consecutive regular season titles, and as they open practice this week on their new turf, they're getting right back to that glory. Tyler Cruz was in Orono with the latest.
Field hockey season is back in Orono with the Black Bears looking for their 3rd straight America East regular season championship, kicking off practice this week right here on their brand new facility.
We're really grateful to have this opportunity to have this amazing complex. As a team, we've had a few years where we really have built up our program, and so I feel like it's a really big pat on the back and we deserve it.
I've never played an away game at a better stadium that we have. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a great surface. Everything's great so far. Everything's running smoothly, and it's so beautiful.
We are so happy, and it's hard to find the right words to describe exactly how we feel about it.
After ripping off a perfect undefeated regular season in conference last year, the Black Bears had an early exit in the playoffs and the semifinals at home, something that definitely still stings a little bit.
It's not past me at all yet. I know what it feels like to win a championship, and I want it this year. It hurt last year. We had a great, as you said, conference season, 8-0 in the regular season, but we want the championship.
We had gone through conference play undefeated, which is, we had never done that before. So I think that is maybe more the sting, is that loss in the semifinal game, to not at least have a chance to the championship game and have a chance in playing in the championship game.
After a couple of really good seasons in a row, the Black Bears are losing a few important pieces. Mia Borley, Chloe Walton, just 2 examples, but the standard has been set. And with the experience they have returning, that standard isn't going anywhere.
The team's rolling over every year, so we have to be able to make a foundation where you can really transition well, bring in the new players, bring in people into different ages, and really make the team flourish in every aspect and make sure that it continues.
It's hard because every year it's a new team and you miss the people, but you also know that that's going to happen. So it's just about bringing the new girls, getting them up to speed as quick as they can, and they're doing great so far.
The Black Bears have a couple weeks of practice before the season officially gets going, with the first game right here on August 25th against Boston College. In Orono, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7 Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you, Tyler. Now let's stay at UMaine and move to the gridiron. Friday marked a huge step in Black Bear football's prep for their upcoming season with their first official scrimmage, which included some cool community outreach. Let's start with the action itself first. The Black Bears all sorts of pumped up to be out there, and intense. That translated to a lot of great defensive stops and big offensive plays too. Obviously, with both of those, there is room to improve on either side, but head coach Jordan Stevens says the team has not lost a step since spring ball.
We have really built off all the work we did in the spring, and I didn't feel like we took a step back, so that was good to see, is just us continue to improve every day.
We're definitely happy with what we came out and showed today. There's still a lot we need to improve on, but that's why it's early in camp. It's first scrimmage. We still got another one coming up here shortly, so we'll take the tape and we'll learn from it, and we'll definitely grow.
And after the game was the team's inaugural law enforcement cookout, featuring guests from local departments sitting down with the Black Bears for some barbecue. It's the first big event planned by new Director of Player Development, Mike DeVito. He says it's just the first step in what he hopes to be a bunch of ways for the team to be engaged with their community.
Relationships, not just with law enforcement, but with everybody in the community. I think that's something that I really want to focus on in this role, is getting our players out there to be around various people, leaders in our community. We want to get as much out into the community and be with, whether it be high schools, middle schools, with the ultimate aim of connecting our players with our Central Maine community.
Okay, now let's move to the Diamond and the Legion World Series down in North Carolina. The Trenton Acadians in Game 2 of pool play Friday after a rough one against Alabama, facing off against Wyoming. Wyoming's team representing Cheyenne, they're also 0-1 this far. Bottom second, Nolan Horton for Wyoming with a man on third. Going to sky this one to shallow center. Well, it will drop. Caden Anderson comes in to score, and it's 1-0. Top three, Acadians' Hunter Curtis with the bases loaded. Pops one to deep left center. Play is made there. Tagging is Joey Wellman-Klaus, and we are tied up at 1 apiece. Finally, bottom 7, same score. Potential final strike before extras, but Julian Romero nails one towards the right field wall. Coming around from first is Coulter McAnally. The throw will not be in time, and Wyoming walks it off to win 2-1 as the Acadians fall to 0-2 in pool play. We'll be back right after the break.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything, from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people.
It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better way.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease an all-wheel drive Ioniq 6 for $383 a month, including a $7,500 EV lease bonus, or get up to $5,000 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Wood, composite, or PVC, with options that include the modern look of cable railing. Your perfect new deck begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Let's play Name That Tune. Things that make you go,
yeah.
Things that make you go,
That's my guess. I think that's a Hanson song.
Celebrity Name That Tune premieres Tuesday, September 19th on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
After a decade of waiting, America's favorite nightmare is back and better than ever.
Shut it down!
Kitchen Nightmares returns Monday, September 25th on Fox.
Welcome back. Lots of kids accomplish amazing things, and a 12-year-old in Brewer is doing something that makes other kids feel better. For the last 6 years, Ava Burke has been collecting backpacks and donating them. Her parents tell us Ava loves doing it, and she wants every child to have a backpack they can feel good about. She finished up her shopping last night, and today she made a delivery to Penquis. She beat last year's record by collecting more than 200 backpacks. Way to go, Ava. All right, well, the Millbridge Theater and Community Arts Center will be reopening after its former owner passed away in 2014. It will feature professional sound and lighting, a full art gallery, even modern film and projection systems. Rebuilding and opening this iconic building has been part of a 7-year effort led by volunteers of Gateway Millbridge, tackling all obstacles that have been thrown their way.
The building was abandoned for some period of time, just about a year. We had very heavy snow loads in the winter of 2015, and it caused a lot of roof damage to the building. By the time we were able to come in and acquire the building, try to salvage it, it was a bit too late for us to do that. And so, unfortunately, we couldn't save the building. We had to take down the original theater building. It was unsalvageable.
Well, the Millbridge Theater and Community Arts Center will be hosting its first show Saturday, featuring well-known Maine humorist Tim Sample from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Well, a Maine woman honored her late husband by taking a leap of faith and love. Our David Ledford brings us her story.
Sergeant Gerard Bilodeau served 22 years in the U.S. Army, including 3 years in the 82nd Airborne Division as a paratrooper. After being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2018, he was unable to carry out his final wish of making one last jump. Now, 3 years after his death, his wife Eleanor is making that jump in his place.
This was his wish on his bucket list, and since I don't have a bucket list, I'm going to do it for him. He's going to feel that I did this, or he's going to know somehow. He's going to be watching me.
Family and friends came out to watch the 10,000-foot jump from the safety of the ground, where they gathered to show their love and support.
It's an outstanding thing for her to do. I feel she's just showing how much Jerry meant to her.
Grief is a spiritual thing, and this is almost like a sacrament, I think, for Eleanor. Whatever she does big. She's jumping with Jerry today.
I wish I had the tenacity to do it myself. It takes a lot of courage to jump out of a perfectly safe airplane, and she's got the courage to do it.
In addition to the jump, Bilodeau continues to remember her husband in other ways. After his passing, she started a Parkinson's support group in Unity, where she lives.
I didn't know much about it when he had it, and I try to help others have a better quality of life.
Bilodeau says the experience was religious and her way of looking back on 45 years of marriage.
So was Jerry there with you?
I think he was, and he's up there smiling.
In Waterville, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
What an amazing tribute from a wife to her husband. Alrighty, folks, well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here, we hope you have a great rest of your evening.